Hello and welcome to LongShotLarry's Sports Astrology. I'm going to be going through a series of videos about how I predict sporting and electional events. Been doing this for over 20 years now, so I'm just going to show you some of the insights I've picked up during that time, and if you're interested, hopefully you can apply it to your own sporting contests and see how you go. So I'm going to be going through the methods that I use to forecast sporting events and also elections. Main sports that I look at are mainly the football or soccer, Aussie rules, rugby league and NFL. Also look at some basketball, cricket, tennis matches as well. There's four main techniques that I use. The first one is what I call the game chart, which is a chart for the beginning of the match. In that section I'll also include some information about John Frawley's method, which I call the Frawley method, which is outlined in his book Sports Astrology. I'm going to be looking at team charts, which charts I use to look at to get an understanding of how the team's going to perform. The last section, or the second last section, will be on endgame alignments, which I use as a confirmation in sports, which you can have a reasonably accurate prediction on how long they're going to go for. And the last thing I include is real world influences, things like injuries, odds, where they are, where the teams are on the ladder. You need to take that into consideration. I mean, you do need to keep this as real as possible. So what are the prerequisites you need to get the most out of this series of videos? The first thing you need is a basic understanding of Western astrology. So you need to understand signs, planet meanings, aspects. They are the three main things. You will also need to understand rulerships, the difference between the midheaven, ascendant, IC and descendant, mutual receptions, final depositors, patterns, but a basic understanding of Western astrology. An interest in sports is definitely beneficial to keep up with changes in players and coaches. Sometimes they move on during the season. It's also an excuse to watch a lot of sports. You will need persistence and resilience. It's very, very difficult. Sometimes you will be dramatically wrong. Sometimes you're incredibly right. That's the name of the game. You just got to stick at it, and you will find over time that your results will tend to get better. Both teams must be serious about winning the game. So if you've got a friendly or you've got a situation at the end of a regular season where teams can't make the playoffs and there's potential draft picks up for grabs, best to avoid those games. So they must be serious about winning the game. The more serious, the better. You will need some astrology software. I use Solarfire, as you'll be able to see from my series of videos. If people are interested, I can do some videos on the settings I use, but any software will do as long as you can do tri-wheels.